We were living in our house in Louisville, Kentucky. We were home that morning. I didn't have to work that day, so I think Mom was taking care of Fletcher, your little brother. And she asked me to come in to the bedroom because a plane had flown into one of the towers. And then as we were standing there kind of looking at it, the next plane flew into the other tower. We were home that whole day, and we spent our day watching the events unfold. And we called our families because we lived out of town from our extended families. And I would not have done anything different on that day. Very scared. Not long after those two planes hit the towers, another plane hit the Pentagon, and then another plane crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So it was very frightening. And then not long after that, later on that afternoon is when both the Twin Towers just collapsed.
Slammed into it.
I think the fact that we kept our television on all the time, I think many people did. There were almost no commercials. It was just around-the-clock coverage of the events of that day and how people were reacting. And I think it was just people needed to be together, and one way that they did it was by leaving their television on. I mean, the entire world changed. The United States had never been attacked in that way. I think it made Americans feel vulnerable, and then it made them feel scared, and then it made them feel angry and thirsty for justice. We have family members who are still fighting overseas, and that directly affects us. The way we get on airplanes now. Security systems at the airports are much more involved. It takes longer to get through, but I think there's, in general, there's just this sense of awareness now in our country that we were attacked, and we are more aware that can happen. I think the victims first and foremost receive the attention that they deserve. But the people that we can't forget are the heroes of that day too. The fire department, the police officers, the people who ran into the building and ran into those towers to protect and serve the citizens. If I could have,
yeah,
I think it's impossible to answer that question. I think in that kind of a circumstance, I would love to believe that that's what I would do. And I think that that's what I would do. But if I had my own family and my own children with me, circumstances might be different. I would certainly be looking out for your protection. So I think it's hard to answer that question. I feel more safe in the country now. I think that we have very good intelligence, even though some of it was very questionable, which is of course very debatable about the Iraq invasion. We won't get into that now. But I think that for the most part, the U.S. intelligence is doing a tremendous job, and I have the full faith and confidence in our military as well.